Hi guys, I'm here with Nya today. Live and direct. Do you want to introduce yourself?
My name is Nya. I'm 23. We just out here getting it poppin'.
Just gonna be giving tips on how to attract quality men. So what would be a few of your tips?
I think attracting quality men, first of all, starts with how you see yourself and the type of person that you are. You know what I mean? You are what you attract, basically. And I know sometimes that can be hard to swallow, especially if you look at the guys at your disposition and you're like, is this really what I am? But to be honest, it is. You know what I mean? Because people will only treat you the way you allow them to treat you. People will only approach you in a way that you allow. You know what I mean? So if you want to attract quality men, you need to make sure that you're a quality girl. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest, you have to make sure you're a quality girl. You have to be able to bring more to the table than looks and I don't know, whatever we're doing out here. You know what I mean? You have to bring more to the table than just that. You need to be like able to leave a stamp on a man's heart. Like, he needs to, when he's not around you, or even if he's in his own situation, if he's still thinking about you, that's how you know that, you know, you're bringing something to the table. You're filling a void that he needs in a way, right?
Which I feel like is really important. I like how you emphasize on that women need to bring more than their looks. Because I feel like when a guy first meets you, looks should kind of come last, because he's like, okay, there's something about this girl, I see this and this, and then he's like, on top of that, she also has the looks.
Exactly. You know what I mean? You need to be smart. You need to challenge a man's mind.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, back in the day, like in our grandparents' time, a guy, like a man just had to be able to provide for the family, you know, stability, a house or whatever, and all a woman really had to do was cook and clean and like make kids, you know. But now, like, we have to adapt with the time that we're in. Men go out and still have to provide. That's what we're expecting, for them to provide. But at the same time, like, what are you doing for him? What are you, who are you that you're worth his efforts? You know what I mean? Worth his, he goes out and it's tough out there, you know what I mean? It's not like back in the day, you just go do your little job on the assembly line or whatever. Like, now, like, these guys actually have to go out. The quality guys that you're looking for are out there in school getting those degrees, engineers and all of that, and you're just gonna come with your looks talking about pay my bills, fly me out. Like, what are you talking about?
It doesn't work like that.
It doesn't work that way. You know what I mean? You now have to also bring things to the table. You know, you have access to education, whether it's school or whether it's even just teaching yourself. Do something. You know what I mean? Like, have something that you can bring to the table and say, this is mine, with tax. And then, you know what I mean? Then you're gonna get the quality guys that can handle that. Because then the wackos are gonna look at you and then be like, oh, I can't even go over there. You know what I mean? Like, that's just not my type of girl. And that's what it is.
And I feel like in my, with my experience as well, I've had guys come up to me and be like, I respect you too much to even try. And I'm like, I'm glad you know.
Exactly. I'm really glad you know that this ain't your lane, baby. You know what I mean? This
if you can't afford it,
then just
don't go near it.
You know what I mean? And also, when you are when you actually get one with yourself, and you know you're at that level where you're ready to even handle a quality guy, because you know, like, that stuff is not easy. You know, you're constantly going to have to work on yourself to be able to accept the excellence that you are expecting from that guy. Because I always think to myself, like, my husband is gonna be it, you know what I mean? Like, that's gonna be my man. I have to make sure that I'm even woman enough for that man, you know what I mean? Like
that's the other important thing that I'm learning myself. It's like, that femininity needs to be there.
It does.
That's what's gonna keep your man around, because that's why sometimes guys have side chicks, because it's like, you're too busy trying to be masculine. He's like, but this girl over here, you know, she knows she's the shit. She has her stuff together, but she also has that feminine side. She cares about me, my needs. She's trying to make me a better man.
These guys need hugs too.
You know what I mean?
These guys have feelings, and they have childhood traumas that they want to talk about. You know what I mean? You need to make your man feel comfortable enough to even be that guy for you. You know what I mean? Because these guys have potential.
Yeah.
They really do.
Yeah.
Like they really do. Once you stop dealing with the wackos and you see the guys on that side of the world and that side of the fence or whatever, they have money and they have a lot of different things that are interesting about them. But you just need to make sure that you are in the position also to accept that. Because those type of guys come with a different vocabulary. They come with a different understanding.
Your mentality needs to match up at all times. Because when they're growing, you need to be able to pick that up and like, okay, he's there. Let me get myself there.
So it's really, it all really is a reflection of yourself. The type of guy that you are with is a reflection of yourself. And that's something that I had to learn, you know, like looking back in retrospect at a lot of my past relationships or, you know, past experiences. I'm like, really? Like, I wasted a lot of time with some wackos, and I'm like, is that really how low I thought of myself?
Yeah, exactly.
Because, and also, one thing too, I would say is, don't ever put all your eggs in one basket. You know what I mean? Until, if you're truly working on yourself and you're truly becoming that woman, you know what I mean, that a great man deserves, you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. Because, you know, there's different guys. Guys are the same, but at the same time, they have little different things that you can choose to deal with and not choose to deal with, you know? And if all your eggs are in one basket, you're going to think that this is it. But it's not.
Exactly.
It's not. Like, and if you get good, you can get better. And you can get better and better and better. As long as you're evolving, you can always get top of the top. I don't know why not. You know what I mean? I don't see why not. But it really has to do with how you see yourself, how you take care of yourself, present yourself. And then the right guys are going to come around as long as you can keep up. You know, you have to be able to keep up.
I feel like it begins with you. You have to put yourself on the forefront. Be like, what I want to attract, I have to make sure that I'm there.
I am as well.
You know what I mean? And I can catch up. So it's like, deal with yourself. And aim to be that woman. And
educate yourself on so many different little things.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Because guys want to talk about more things. Like, real men, the real men that we're looking for, talk about the stupidest things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? True. Talk about the stupidest things. Like, the other day I was having a conversation about, like, mountain goats. And how gravity works or whatever. And I'm like, as stupid as this conversation is, it's actually, like, stimulating. You know what I mean?
It's
like,
interesting.
It's interesting. Exactly. So it's just like, you need to also have that different vocab. You also need to have that different everything. Like, if you're looking for the best, you better be the best as well. Because if you think you are the best, you would only expect for the best as well. You know what I mean? So it's really about perspective and just growing. A lot of things just start with yourself. Just start with how you see yourself, how you act and stuff. So you are everything that you do, everything that you touch, everything that you entertain is a reflection of something that's inside of you.
I wanted to ask, because I feel like a lot of people have a hard time getting to that place where they can self-reflect. And I feel like every opportunity that, like, every experience that we have, good or bad, you can kind of self-reflect from that. But a lot of people kind of miss it. So people who are going through it, they want to attract these quality guys, but they're attracting relationships that don't serve them. How can they use that experience to get to a place where now, you know how you have this introspective perception of just everything, and you can look at things from a general perspective?
Yeah. I think the main thing is you have to want it so bad. I don't know how else to explain it, but I've been in a situation, like, I'm in that self-reflecting phase right now, where I'm looking back at a lot of things. I'm like, why is everything so cyclical? Like, I feel like I've been here before and over and over. It's like a different story, but the same patterns. You know what I mean? But I think that's where you have to really want to figure it out. You know what I mean? Because we get lazy sometimes, and then we get comfortable. And we're like, okay, like, this ticks off like 3 out of 10. So, like, you know, I can make it work, whatever. But you shouldn't be that way, right? So it's really about wanting to break the cycle. And I think that's where I got to this past year, these last 6 months. I've wanted so hard to break the cycle and really look into myself, like, think about things that people have told me, criticism that people have given me, and really just try to see it from their perspective. Because I know I could be very stubborn, and on top of that, I'm a Leo as well. So it's like, I just think that, no, you guys don't know what you're talking about. But, you know, there's other perspectives. And I had to really look at myself in the mirror and really, like, see, like, okay, what are you doing and how is it affecting the people around you? Or what are the decisions that you're making that are affecting you. You know, whether it might not be right now, but a wrong decision because of emotion can cause way bigger problems than if you just took the time. So why not just take the time and look into yourself? You know what I mean? Like, see what you really like, what you don't like. Set boundaries for yourself. That's very important, is to set boundaries for yourself. Because I realized that a lot of situations that I have been in is because I just I'm not stern enough when I mean no. You know what I mean? Like, I just go with the flow. I just, you know, even when I feel it deep inside me, like, no, don't do this, just leave it right there. Like, I'll be persuaded so easily. You know what I mean? And I don't know if it's because I don't like conflict. I don't like beef. You know what I mean? And like, even if I'm allowed to not want to, you know what I mean? I just feel bad sometimes, you know what I mean? And those are just things that now I know, okay, you need to get over being so naive. You need to, like, you know, when you say no, even if it makes you uncomfortable. Like, and I practice that even in little things, you know what I mean? If I really don't want to go out, or if I really don't want to do whatever, I'll just say, I don't want to go. Period. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then
it gets so, you get confident too,
and
you're like,
exactly. Even in the little things. And then it's like, now I'm happy because I don't have to wear makeup right now. I don't have to like freaking wear these heels and then be out in a place that I don't want to be. Exactly. So it's like, I really started thinking to myself, I'm like, am I doing things for people, or am I doing things for myself? You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, I'm the most important person in my life. Same way you're the most important person in your life. So it's like, if I don't want to go, I'm not going. If I don't want to do this, I'm not doing it. You know what I mean? And of course, like, it's not gonna happen overnight. I still find myself sometimes, like, you know, slipping. But it's like, as long as you know that this is what you're trying to do, and there's a goal you're trying to attain, like, then you have to persevere. You have to see it through. You know what I mean? Because I've just been in too many situations where I'm like, if I had just said no, like I really felt all of this,
and you wouldn't even be here.
I wouldn't even be here right now.
Be feeling bad,
exactly. Because then after, you have to, like, you know, be meaner. You have to, like, really get out of your character to show people that
this is not me.
This is not it. So it's really about setting boundaries for yourself and respecting the boundaries that you set for yourself. Don't be lazy in the goals that you set for yourself every day. Work at it. You know what I mean? Because you need to look at yourself a year from now, 6 months from now, 3 months from now, and, you know, see progression. Because that's what life is about. It's about progressing and elevating and just, you know, being better. So why not just commit to that? You know what I mean? So you've made mistakes in the past, and you know, now you're trying to get into this place where you can attract quality guys, or you have to work on yourself. Then really look at yourself and be honest. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect, and we know more than anybody our own flaws. You know what I mean? Like, let's be real. You know, you have an attitude problem. I know I have an attitude problem. You know what I mean? Like,
I won't lie about
you know what
that.
I mean? Like, I know that I can be stubborn at times for no reason. I could be dramatic. So work at that. Work at those little things. You know, we're not saying change who you are, but we're just saying be a little bit more adaptable. You know what I mean? Because life is about compromise or negotiation. You know, so if you can tone down your attitude a little bit, you know what I mean? Because he doesn't really like loud, you know, girls. Then just adjust it a little bit. You know what I mean? Because the benefit is that you get to, what's his is yours.
Exactly. You get to enjoy each other.
Exactly. So instead of always being hard on who you are, no, this is who I am, like, nah, you should constantly be evolving. You know what I mean? So commit to the goals you set for yourself. And nobody said it's going to be easy, but just try to commit to it, you know?
Exactly.
And that's what I would say.
I think you basically said, doing all of what she just said right now, you'll realize that you're starting to become more and more of a quality person.
Exactly.
And because you're there, now you desire to be with someone who can match up. You know?
Exactly.
So.
Because it's all about matching energies, you know what I mean? I don't want to be in a situation where I'm giving more or I'm giving less. Because you feel mad uncomfortable when you're like, if you go out with a friend that's always paying and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that you need to start paying, but just like quality level, energy level, you know what I mean? You need to be bringing things to the table that make you worthy of being at that table.
And I feel like this could also apply to friendships as well.
100%.
You know, attracting those quality friends. Because if you're a quality person, you also want quality people that's just acquaintances or friends around you too.
Exactly. And and that's one thing I also learned on this little journey that I'm on, is that because I'm such of a like sympathetic person, I often find myself in relationships that are uneven.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where I feel I'm giving more, relationship, friendships, whatever, where I'm giving more than exactly. So I realized that I need to get out of that mindset of always being the strong friend, if that makes any sense. And I need to just hold myself with other strong friends, because if we were to sow into each other as much as I'm sowing into the people that don't return any favors, like we could both be like so much further. You know what I mean?
Because you're now pushing each other. You're like, okay, you know what, we're actually in this together.
So, instead of me carrying
all
you
the time,
we're carrying each other. It's a balance, you know.
It's a balance.
So it's really about just be a better person and surround yourself with better people, and I think that's key. That is key.
So thank you so much for
coming. Problem.
You had a lot of like good things. You had a lot of quality things to say.
Quality things. Quality people.
You know? Sounds good. All right, thanks. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.
Bye, guys.